So good morning guys, how are you doing? It's been quite a while, so we've not been able to post. I think the last time we posted a video was on last week Monday when we were receiving our chicks. They're still in the brooder, but I'll open just in a few minutes so that you can be able to see. So, and remember, these guys were still very young. They were somewhere within that area around, they were around this place. So right now we've increased their space. As you can be able to see, they are grown, they are big. So today they are 22 days, and we are giving them, it's a combination of starter and grower, and today in the evening I'll start mixing finisher, so it will be finisher, grower, because most of the starters are running out. And again, you can hear there's a certain sound they are making, very funny sound like cough. So they've been under medication since Saturday night. We noticed a CRD like cough, that is a respiratory infection. So since it's too hot, normally when it's too hot, birds tend to have such kind of a disease. So with such diseases, you can always utilize two things. One, you can utilize Teladoxy, and two, you can also utilize Tetracolvit. So we prefer Tetracolvit over Teladoxy, simply that Teladoxy takes you 15 days withdrawal. Remember, check your withdrawal time. So these birds were at day 20. So if we were to give them Teladoxy, then we'll count another 3 days for medication, and then after 3 days, then we'll count another 15 days for withdrawal. That will mean that we'll be losing a lot in terms of our revenue. So that's why we decided not to do Teladoxy. But with the Tetracolvit, around 7 days, so 7 days maximum, then 3 days for medication, and then another 7 days for withdrawal. That looks a bit fair. So right now they are doing fine. At least it's reduced the challenge. It's no longer that tough on them. They are kind of gaining momentum. And then another thing with the Teladoxy, I've tried to use it once or twice. It has a challenge of giving birds a lot more stress. It's kind of stressful to the birds, making them not to feed properly. So whenever you are giving Teladoxy, remember the birds will not be feeding properly. You will see the reduction in feeds, and then that means immediately you are done with your Teladoxy, you then have to give them multivitamin so that they can get that feeding activated again, so that at least you don't lose all the way out. But that's the challenge with the Teladoxy. One. Two, normally when you use Teladoxy, some of these diseases tend to recur. It doesn't clear all of it. Sometimes it will recur. So those are the challenges that I've noticed with the Teladoxy. Although it's a good thing, it's a good medication, but I don't prefer it because of one, the withdrawal time. Two, it gives birds a lot of stress. And three, which is the last one and most important, it tends to not clear the disease all throughout. It might reoccur in some cases. Like in the cases I've dealt with the Teladoxy, I noticed there was a recurrent, so that's why I don't prefer Teladoxy so much. But with the Tetracolvit is okay, although now the usage might be a bit tough. Like these guys, You can't use 100 grams. Maybe you can use more than 100 depending on their age. But if they are still young, let's say for example you are using 10 liter of water, that means you will be using fewer spoon, because you mix 1 teaspoon for 5 liters. For 5 liters, sure, yeah, for 5 liters. So with the 20 liter or 40 or 30, like right now we are doing around 30 liters. So that will mean you go deeper into your pocket. But it's a good medication. So, and it doesn't give birds so much stress. It kind of have an element of anti-stress. So it's unlike Teladoxy, whereby your birds will not tend to eat. But these guys are eating so much, they are taking their feeds the right way, so you will not notice any kind of stress. And as you can hear, the sound is they're still making that clicking sound, but it's now down. It's not like they used to be in the first few days. And remember, we did our new Gumboro on Saturday. So we did Gumboro on Saturday morning, and then in the evening we started Tetracolvit. So they are almost done with Tetracolvit. So at least we can see the change. They are doing fine. So that's it, guys, for them. So in today's video, I'm not going to focus so much. Before I go, remember we had that flock over there, the other flock. So we sold them, I think it was 3 days. We did a 3 days batch. The first day was Tuesday, the second day Wednesday, and then Thursday we were done. But I still have a few pieces for myself, although we still have around 9 pieces. Three or 4 are very tiny, but we have 5 that are on order. So, but they are not that bad. So I've done the first cleaning. I've removed, yesterday we removed the manure. It was collected yesterday. Remember, I normally make sure they are collected on Sunday. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to brush, dust the old banda, the old coop. Once I'm done brushing it, then I'm going to disinfect it. Remember, on Wednesday we need to use that banda, that coop, for our guys at the quarantine, the brooding. So we'll make sure that we do today I'll make sure to do a first disinfection, and then the next round will be on Wednesday, so that I'll transfer them on either Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. So that's the plan, so that we can utilize. Remember, next week Monday we'll be receiving another batch of chicks. So that's the plan. And let's turn our attention to this side. And before I forget, a friend of mine was asking why she kind of was looking to see our brooding pots. So I just wanted to clarify one thing. We don't use our brooding pot. We use Jiko. So this Jiko is just one, and we normally use this Jiko for brooding. It can brood up to 1,000 birds from day old. So today we didn't do the Jiko, but we've been doing, they were on heat since day 1 up to yesterday night. So yesterday night is the first night without Jiko. So this is how the Jiko looks. So that's how it looks. I hope you can be able to see. So this is what we utilize for heat, to provide our birds with heat. Remember, the brooding pots are small, and you, like in our case, maybe you need around 2 or 3. And if you check on their prices, I don't know if they'll be favorable to us. And then another thing, I normally don't come in at night to check on the birds. So I'll not be able to monitor them when using the brooding Jiko. But with this, I'm sure that once I do a full setup of this, then it can go up to the following day during the day. Like when I light it in the evening, sometimes it will light throughout the night and throughout the day. So this is just okay for them. I don't see the need of doing 2 Jiko for now, because that will mean too hot for them. And remember, I always say too hot is too hot for them. If it is too hot for you, it is also too hot for them. So it's not preferably making them too hot. So, and today, from yesterday, we are on oven. Remember, we have oven. These are oven. So we are giving them oven. And today I'm going to, once I do their cleaning, I'm going to leave the upper part open, but I'm going to just close it with this, because right now we don't see the need of having too much heat for them, because right now they are above that cage. But first thing, let me go out, try to open this space, this area, so that we can get clear aeration coming in. So as you can be able to see now, the place is open. Normally we just open it up to that far end, so it's now open. And remember, we had it for 256 chicks. Unfortunately, up to yesterday we lost 5, but those are the 5 tiny ones, and we have 1 tiny one at the quarantine. So most of the time, due to you might be able to get some tiny birds. So if in case we get those such tiny birds, that's where you find the mortality going up. But overall, they are fine. So I'll just show you the one at the quarantine, so that you will be able to appreciate where we are coming from, because she's kind of the tiniest one that is still surviving. So as you can be able to see, let me move you closer. So these are our birds. Remember last week on Monday, they came in on Monday last week, and they were tiny. Now they are grown. But let me show you. the one at the quarantine. 1 minute. So remember, you have a quarantine just around here. So if you compare this lady with the rest of the flock, you see how tiny she is. And so the ones that died were a bit tinier than this one. They were not able to cope with the situation. Remember, this one was tiny but very active, unlike the rest of them. So she's still on the quarantine for a few days. Once we are certain that she can be able to fight the other guys, then we can release her, like we did with the other lady the other side. She was the tiniest one, but right now she's big. You can't even know where she is. So let me show you. So this is grown. Maybe we can do some tests. Let's do some tests to know 1 week later. Remember, they normally come with a weight of maybe, if more is 40 grams. Normally they come at 40 grams, 30 something to 40. So we have 215 grams. That's not bad for a week. And let's see this guy. She's still 55 grams. So that means she was way below that. She was below that weight. Let me see another one. Just pick randomly. 190. So again, what you can do to get the average, you just pick at least randomly 4 birds. Just pick 4 birds, weigh them, do the total, and then you, after calculating the total number, the number you get divided by the number of your birds, then you can know the average. So that will give you the average per bird. That will give you the average weight of each and every bird, so that you know whether your feed conversion is doing good. But then, before you make any conclusion, just make sure you know the feed total feed amount that you spent so far. Like in our case, we are below 50 kg, so that means they are doing quite well. So just that we lost 5 out of 256. So this is the last one, and we are sure that she's going to make it. So and then the focus for the day, guys, today I just wanted to do something different. I just want to clean these things, clean the drinkers, give them clean drinkable water. Remember, we are on oven. Oven is here, so we are using oven. 1 teaspoon for 5. Not 1 teaspoon. Oh, less than a teaspoon. We are ground for 5 liters. So, because remember, oven is kind of mild concentrated. So I just going to wash everything, and then today's video we are going to talk more about I don't know, I'm going to stop it from this end, and then I'll start again. I'll do again, I'll continue, because today we need to talk about we are going to talk about record keeping, and I'm going to be showing you the kind of record that you need to keep. and how you'll be keeping them. For in our case, we have several records that we keep. Like here at the farm, we do have 2 pairs per each flock. So each pair for 2 pair for each flock, and then at home we also have another soft copy for each flock. That will basically be it's normally the costing, and then the last record we keep is our loss, profit and loss. That now comes to profit and loss accounts. So those are the records that we keep, but today I'm going to talk about either 2 or 3 of them. So once I'm done with this, guys, then you can shift the gear to the other side so that at least you can be able to learn about the record keeping, so that at least you also know which kind of record you need to keep on your side. So thank you again, guys, for those who are subscribed. I can see we are at 440 and we are still going strong. Thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing. For those who have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Click that notification bell so that anytime we post, you'll be the first person to get the notification, so that you don't miss on anything. Remember, good things are still coming, and as I told you a few days later, we will give you more updates on regards to the other project we are planning. So just keep watching, like, share, subscribe, so that we can increase the channel. So our amulet, our water is ready. So as I said earlier, just stick around till the end of the video so that you'll be able to see, you know, the kind of record you need to keep and how to keep them. So remember, this lady at the quarantine, we just let her stay there. Once she's ready, she'll jump on her own from the quarantine to the other lot, so that we'll be able to know that she's ready. You guys remember, I always prefer turning our drinkers outside, so that once we get in, you don't have to just pour water on the floor, because pouring water on the floor means inviting disease, and most so coccidiosis.
therefore and liter studio. Okay. Worry about the liter. Still fresh, very good. This will take the maybe up to Wednesday. So remember either Wednesday morning or Thursday morning we'll be transferring them. So that's how it looks. So I need to increase the light a bit. Yeah. So remember, we're still trying to contain the heat around them. So I'm going to close this outer part. So that's it, we are done with that. So just so quickly,